Hi folks, welcome back to the Hoard. So it's about 10 to 3, it is 11/19/2015, 53.8 degrees in here. One of these should be telling you welcome to Thursday. This guy told you that, 12.1 Celsius, 83% humidity. Yeah, we got the whole kind of rainy, damp going on. Though it is nice and warm. This is a quick thank you video, mail call video, shout out video, let's call it. Had a buddy of mine from down south make me some jerky. I gotta tell you, like that kind a lot. He's a deer hunter. My man Calvin, this is. He's a deer hunter, and he shot this guy himself, and I guess a few of that deer siblings also became jerky. Gotta love it. Really like this kind. It's a pepper jerky. I decided to make a video today because I don't think the jerky is going to last until Friday or Saturday when I get back to the camera. As a matter of fact, I'm not sure it's going to make it from here back into the house. So I really wanted to shoot this video and talk about it before I ate it. Yeah, really, really good. Once again, he makes it himself. He harvests the deer, he processes the deer, and he turns the deer right into jerky. So I'll be enjoying that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to have some more as soon as I put this camera down. My plans are coming together. One of my tubers out of England, United Kingdom, has asked me a few times, and I'm going to butcher his name. I'm sorry. I just woke up, so my memory is about shot. But he's been asking me, and he's asked a few times, what is my plan for the Hoard? What is my plan for the Hoard? Because obviously, you know, I own many objects, right? I mean, I got a bunch of Yamahas there. There's a big red, you know, snow blowers, golf carts, a bunch of Honda 200 bikes. And it's very, very easy to just move this stuff kind of around in circles, you know. It kind of comes down the driveway over there, and it gets off the truck, and I either work on it down here in the lower driveway, or I move it up here to the upper driveway, or the upper garage, where I work on it until I get it running. And then typically after I get it running, I'm not very good about completing it. It's kind of like, oh, it runs good. And it kind of, from here, they have a tendency to get thrown out. And first, they kind of got thrown out and ended up, I think this one was the first one I built. And then it kind of got filled up, and then they got thrown into here, and that kind of got filled up, and you know, the shed over there got filled up, and those sheds got filled up. The car, the reefer box, and the lean-to, all this stuff keeps getting filled up, and it's, once again, what's the plan? I guess that I've been thinking about for a while, and I think I finally have one. There are certain vehicles that are extremely handy to have immediately at one's disposal, right? Such that climb in, climb on, sit down, whatever, turn the key, tap the gas, and take a ride. Then there are other vehicles that's a little less important for. Things that I really need to start and run and move when I need them to do that, obviously the backhoe loader. And I finally got the backhoe loader into a nice, safe spot. It's clean, it's dry. It'll take me, if I had to get it out of there, it'd probably take me about 10 minutes. If I brought the weight down on this bench, like I got 2 generators on here, that's not really a great thing. And a bunch of these other parts are pretty heavy. So I'm hoping to get that stuff kind of sorted out. And after I do that, it won't be like a major accomplishment to get this out of here. Why is this opened? This part of the bench, by the way, was supposed to be metal, and there's supposed to be a vise screwed down here, and possibly even a grinder, and the welding was supposed to take place here. I was supposed to have a nice square corner and metal so I can weld right there, right? The best laid plans of mice and men. I have a tendency not to finish things and then load them up with crap and then get into trouble. Anyway, back to the Hoard plan. Like the idea that I could take the backhoe loader right out. Like the idea right here. I got 5 running bikes or 3 running bikes. I can hop right onto them and take them out and take them for a ride. Actually 4 running bikes. I guess that one's running now too, right? The waterlogged one. So I'm happy with this situation, give or take a little bit. Over here, the remaining 3-wheeler needs to get out of there. I got some more rearrangement to do. Then this Cushman pickup truck's going to go in here. I want this Cushman pickup truck. Also, I'm going to keep it on a trickle charge, and this too will be instantly ready to start and run and go out and play. So that gives me 2 of them that are important, right? The generators are important. They're accessible at this point. The inverter is right here. It's easily accessible. So if I have a power out situation or any of that kind of stuff, I'm ready to go. My problem is right now my snow blowers are all the way in the back. There's 2 of them back there. They are ready to go, but they're all the way in the back, so that doesn't do me a lot of good. I have to improve on that. Up here, other vehicles I want ready to go. I need to put some time in with the Cushman dumper. Easy go, it says on it. GX something. This rig under the pile of stuff here. This guy, I gotta get it fired up. When I bought it, the starter was seized. I don't know how well you guys are seeing this. When I bought it, the starter was seized. I did get it running. It's had kind of a fussy carburetor. I think I know how to get around that. I've gotten, over the years, I've had that for a few years now, 4 or so, 5. I've gotten really pretty good at rebuilding carbs. So I'm going to give it a really good rebuild, and then I'm going to put a remote gas tank. I'm going to get its OEM system drained down and preserved, so to speak. And I'm going to put a remote tank, a small remote tank, so that I could put just a little bit of preserved gas. I know it's clean. If for any reason it becomes unclean, I could take the tank off and clean it out and put it back on and set it up properly. So I really want that thing running, and I want the ability to drive it right out. Notice with this thing off to the side, I also have space over there. So theoretically, something like my Honda here could move to that space, and when it's time to take it out, or if this one's too big, the Lakota is a little smaller, or one of the other bikes, so that I could just drive it right out that door. So yeah, having the dumper easily accessible, having this guy easily accessible, and the Lakota easily accessible would be great. And back to it, theoretically I can have one of them aimed right out the door there, another one aimed right out the door over there. This side of the garage, this half of the garage, I would really like to set it up to be my working garage. I want to be able to just come up here and work. I'm not beneath, or I'm not adverse to keeping my golf cart, that blue one that's in the driveway where the back's rotted off and it's got the ugly paint job. I think it's a club car. I'm not against keeping it here right in the middle, and then when I want to take it out to do something, just drive it right out. And what would be really cool is if there were space in that tent building to put it in. That tent building is going to get a wooden floor and some extra support so that it doesn't collapse in the middle of the winter. That's like the last thing I need. This mess here, and there's going to be a lot of work because I obviously got this whole thing of tires I got to move. I got to move Big Red, and then there's 3 Yamahas there, and there's a snowblower in the bushes there. This mess has to go, and what's going to go here is the plastic shed, the 10 by 10 plastic. I don't know which way I'm going to aim the door yet. I guess once it gets out of here, I kind of have to level the ground a little bit and figure out exactly how I'm going to make this go. Kind of be nice to have the door this way, but unfortunately that puts snow up against the building. It would be better to really have the door sticking outward. And then the snow would fall this way, and I could use the snowblower to get it out of there, and it could fall that way. I don't go in there much during the winter, but even if it fell that way, I can still get in. So between the 10 by 10 and the 12 by 12, I'm basically adding quite a lot of space for dry storage. And this really is, I don't know if you guys could see the ceiling in here. It's kind of moving. That is one of the setbacks of on a windy day, it does kind of slap around. Something I didn't think of when I was installing that. I mean, it's not a problem, but it's just kind of there. Anyway, that gives me quite a bit of storage, but you guys could also see I'm really about out of space. I can do some theoretical consolidation. Instead of having these 2 buildings, I could get a 24 by 24 one of these, or even the next one bigger, and set it up. My town, back to cranky old New York, my town believes that you should not keep one of these things up in one location for more than 90 days. So I'm going, you know, she's in here to bug me. That's kind of could be a setback, right? I mean, if they show up and say, hey, you got to take this down. Now I got a 24 by 24 building full of crap. Though theoretically with all these others, they can tell me to take them down, and that isn't going to be any easier. So, you know, you live in New York. If you got a neighbor that complains, you got to deal with it. Luckily, my neighbors are cool. Most of them are doing their own things that may or may not be acceptable whether it's building a deck without a building permit, or finishing an attic without a permit, or you know, there's all kinds of interesting stuff around my neighborhood. And I don't know, maybe we're like Greece. We all prefer to, you know, look the other way and keep our mouths shut and, you know, mind our own business, you know, let the town do what the town does. And, you know, why bother each other with it? Okay, folks, this is getting to be a long video. 231 probably is on his on a sandwich, maybe a second sandwich. I want to thank you all for watching and commenting and subscribing. Once again, Calvin, big shout out. Thanks for the jerky. Love the jerky. Guys, remember to keep your feet down, keep your head up, and enjoy all your days. And if you make friends with Calvin, maybe you could get some jerky out of him. Take care now, folks. Bye.